Well, what the fuck am I? Here we go. Hey, hello. Why was in the tab? I don't know. Hello, it is I, Aquinos Eterna, and I'm dying in this room. Let me. Okay. And now, with a little fun, I think I can survive. Yeah, the make still takes the sound of the fun. Sad, but what can I do if I want to survive? So hey, wait, give me a second. Yeah, I knew something was wrong, and that was our nights was open. So yeah, hello. So we have to continue this event because I only advanced three stages maximum, and I need to do more. So yeah, I need to finish this before next week, because next Thursday is the anniversary patch. It's Lena and Leva first, and then in freaking December 18, it's Raw, and I have been waiting for her for too long. Yeah. So let's continue with the story. I am a little bit, I have a little cold, but yeah, skip it like that. Okay. I don't remember what the hell was the first stage is about. Something like gold, a chip that degenerates, something that Lind was caught and Chit escaped, or something like that. Okay, on the outskirts of the Yellow Zone, Frostfall Squad follows the signal to the endpoint, but all they find is a patch of sandy dirt surrounded by an endless expanse of wasteland. Over here! Lind's signal's close by! This is where the trail ends. They must have jammed it starting from this point. Tololo, can you make any contact by radio? Connection failed. Lind's communicator is probably not in range. Let me see, when was the last time Lind's signal showed up? It was roughly 5 hours ago. Tololo looks around. There is nobody else here besides Frostfall Squad. A gust of wind blows and the trio of footsteps are instantly covered up by the sand. Even our tracks from 5 minutes ago will be hard to find, let alone 5 hours. Cheetah, you're the one with all the clues now. Think carefully. Did you see anything noteworthy during the battle? You're talking about not noteworthy stuff. What are you looking at me for? If not for the genius heroic intervention, you'd be in even bigger trouble right now, right? I don't know how to read, sorry. If you hadn't started chucking the smoke bombs around all of a sudden, I could have gotten the ID card back. Come to think of it, those Jaggers were acting really weird. They had already gotten the polyalloy card, so why would they need to pursue us so hard? What? So this wasn't just a robbery, but a deliberate doll kidnapping. Also, there were tons of Jaggers, and they blocked off all the escape routes we planned beforehand. How many of them were there? About 6 or 7 squads worth, at the very least. That is strange indeed. The Warjaggers usually think of underground brokers as easy targets due to the difference in fighting strength, so both sides tend to think poorly of each other. While there are some less moral brokers who slow meet with the Warjaggers. An operation like this is far beyond the ability of a single broker to control. In other words, it's not so much that Rocket was in league with the Warjaggers, but there was someone with troops of their own running the whole show from behind the scenes. Xiongyu ponders the issue. Was there anything special about these Warjaggers? Something special? Let me think. Ha! I got it! They were wearing badges with something that looked like a dagger on them. It was like... just like... Leader, picking up an unknown signal nearby, approaching us from the south. The roar of an engine precedes the sight of a grey jeep cresting a sand dune. Thick black smoke spews from behind it as the noise shatters the peaceful silence of the desert. It's like, yeah, it's like that insignia on that jeep. They were the ones chasing me and Lind last night. Upon realizing that Lind might be on that vehicle, Frostfall Squad subconsciously tightens their grip on their guns. Frostfall Squad, prepare for battle! Intercept that vehicle! Okay. It's gonna be Warjaggers, right? Yeah, it's gonna be Warjaggers. What else would it be? Yeah. Can I sit here and poke at everyone? Yeah. And that one can't reach, so let's throw a grenade. Damn it! They got a jump on us! As bullets hit their tires, the Warjaggers realize that something's off and frantically pull hard on the steering wheel. Retreat! Retreat! I think you can run. Not so fast. Bearing 035 degrees. Ready to fire! Frostfall Squad sizes the moment the Omens fire as one. With a loud crash, the jeep finally gives up the ghost. It's getting for a distance before overturning. Leader, we have intercepted the vehicle. I'm hitting it to search it. Leader, I didn't find Lind in the vehicle, but I found that broker from yesterday who dealt with us. Cheetah drags the trusted up broker from the crashed jeep and dumps him on the ground like a sack of potatoes. The impact knocks his gas mask off, revealing the grimace on his face. Dolls? Is that surprising? You should have seen a lot of dolls recently. For instance, the one who tried to sell you that polyalloy card last night. What did you do with her? Xiongyu presses her gun against the broker's head. Nice. The broker laughs in an infuriating way, as if Xionyu's anger meant nothing to him. So that's how risky this deal turned out to be. If I'd known, I would have asked that guy for more. Don't change the subject. Xiongyu jabs his temple with her gun for emphasis, and the pain makes the broker wince. I'll ask you one more time. What did you do to Lind? And who is that guy? Okay, fine. According to the code of the brokers, I shouldn't be telling you who hired me. However, I think exceptions can be made when your life is at risk. The broker stretches out his right hand and draws a number in there. He called himself Holtz. He showed me a picture of the dollar to bring in and made me an offer I couldn't refuse. As for whether it was a fake name or what he wanted the doll for, beats me. It's way above my pay grade, so to say. Holtz? She is visibly surprised to hear that name. Leader, what's wrong? If I'm not wrong, the client from yesterday commission and that mansion was also called Holtz. And according to the client information he submitted, this Mr. Holtz ought to be the young master of a toy company. Wait, seriously? What will some little prince from a toy company even want with Lind? I'm not sure, but I am sure that Miss Hellion information is correct. Where did you hand her over? It was due south from here, at the port of the edge of the Yellow Zone. Miss Doll, if you ask me, we can talk terms here and make a mutual profitable ex. Pa. So you decide that there's nothing more she can learn from him, and cuts off his bladder with a gun butt to the back of his head. Cheetah knocks out the rest of the Jagger's mooks as well. Leaders, as we know where Lind is, we should head out right away. Tololo emerges from the jeep, waving to Xiongyu with the ID card in hand. Hey, take out the ID card. Search complete. I recovered the polyalloy card. Yes, Lind might be in danger, so we should move quickly. Lind. Lindo. Frostfall squad, head towards the port at maximum speed. Okay. Heroic mode. What is heroic mode about? For dealing damage to target, cleans one cleansable buff from this unit. What? Oh. When attacking a target, if the enemy target has 2 or fewer debuffs, attack is reduced by 25%. Rated damage dealt is decreased by 25. When dealing AoE damage, if the attack hits 5 or more targets, attack is reduced by 25%. At the end of the action, if HP is below 30%, recover HP equal to 15% of max HP. Attack is increased by 100%. Defense, max HP, and stability are increased by 200%. I don't like it. No, this stream is gonna be story only. If I want to do the heroic mode, I'm gonna do it by myself. The chill. While watching something on the other screen. So, nah. Let's just do the story. The veil of night settles over the quiet port. Rusted cranes stand in formation by the waterline, a testament to its past glory. Currently, most of the street lamps by the shore are damaged, blinking on and off intermittently. Frostfall squad huddles in a dark corner of the port, studying a massive cruise liner moored to the pier. This luxury vessel stands in stark contrast to the dilapidated port. Its hull and surroundings are illuminated by daytime by high-power searchlights. More people are boarding. Tololo studies the gangway intently through the binoculars she's holding. This will be the 11th grove tonight. Security guards in black uniforms stand on the gangway. They step forward and halt the two people who are approaching them. One of them, a well-dressed gentleman, takes a card out from his pocket and hands it to the guards. After verifying the guest's identity, the guard returns it to him with both hands and executes a picture-perfect 45-degree bow before gesturing to the guest and his accompanying doll to the board vessel. Most of the guests are accompanied by dolls. I surmise that after this Holtz kidnapped Lynn, he might have brought her aboard as a companion doll. Given the way they are dressed, I say there is some kind of party in there. But then why would they need so many dolls for a party? It's just weird. Also, our current location could be considered the border between the Green Zone and the Yellow Zone. So why would these rich people from the White Zone come all this way to join an ordinary party here? Tololo, why are you looking at me? I was just surprised. It turns out even you can say something useful at times, Cheetah. Ah, so you're taking shots at me now that Lynn is gone, Tololo. Seeing that Cheetah is about to flip out, Xiongyu strategically clears her throat to get the conversation back on track. We'll probably only learn the answer to those questions after we go in there. Cheetah, do you have any items that could help us sneak aboard a cruise ship? Of course I do. I recommend using this genius tactical grappling claw. A gentle throw sends it to the deck, whereupon it latches on tight, and then you can swing over it with a whoosh. Xiongyu looks around at the searchlight around the cruise liner and shakes her head in resignation. Anything else? How about this imitation dolphin? We could hide under it and swim over to the liner, then wait till they are not looking before climbing aboard it. Cheetah, the plan is to sneak in, not to draw the attention of people on the ship. I knew it, I was clearly imagining things when I thought Cheetah could be useful. Hey! I heard that Tololo! Fine then, why don't you come up with a solution of your own? If it still isn't an option, let's just walk right in. What? It looks like this cruise liner is for members only. While the perimeter security is very tight, the security procedures for boarding are fairly simple. All guests have to do is show their ID. And this is what they were shown to the guards. Tololo takes out the polyalloy card she recovered from the broker and puts it in Xiangyu's hands. So we'll be posing as guests then. Yep. Based on what we saw just now, it's not unusual for a guest to board in the company of a doll. So we should be able to get 2 people in there. As for whether there will be further security measures after we get in, that remains to be seen. This is the only plan they have, which seems even the slightest bit workable, and every moment wasted only increases the chances of Lin meeting with danger. Xiangyu comes to a conclusion. That's fine. We'll leave 1 person outside to respond to any changes in the situation and minimize the risk of failing the mission. I'll disguise myself as a guest. As for Tololo and Cheetah, Xiangyu glances at Cheetah, whose face is full of anticipation, and imagines what might happen if Cheetah is allowed to roam free on her own. Scenes of the port being leveled by explosions and other kinds of devastation all fill her mind. I think I'll bring Cheetah with me. Tololo, stay outside and help analyze the vessel structure. Make sure you maintain constant contact with Griffin HQ. Got it. Tololo nods and raises the binoculars again. Now the remaining issue is how to hide the glossiness of a doll's synthetic dermis. That's easy, leader. Just leave it to me. At last, it's time for my genius invention. Skinwalker spray to shine. What? Skinwalker spray. Ha! Soon, Tololo is watching Xiangyu and Cheetah approaching the gangway through her binoculars. Greetings. Greetings. Your identification, please. Xiangyu hands the guard the ID card with her left hand. Her right is behind her back, feeling for her dagger. The guard eyes Xiangyu warily. Is something wrong, madame? Are you not feeling well? I feel a little hot under those searchlights. Be quick about it, please. The guard sticks the card into the reader. There's a quiet beep and the word success appears on the screen. We apologize for your discomfort, madam. Welcome aboard the MV Novalis, madam. We hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you. Xiangyu nods and collects the ID card. Then she gently drags Cheetah along into the depths of the cruise liner. Holy hell! The liner's interior is decorated in a Baroque style. That's a Baroque style. With crystal chandeliers hanging high overhead, filling the hall with brilliant illumination. Guests in fancy clothing hold flutes of champagne as they converse in small groups. The sound of laughter and clinking glasses fills the air. Xiangyu and Cheetah only draw a few side glances as they enter the hall. Those guests who notice them merely raise their glasses in salute before turning away to immerse themselves in the revelry. Wow! Is this how the rich throw parties? Look at all this luxury! Leaders, look! They decorated this wall with collapsed pieces. Can we grab a few on our way out? Lower your voice, Cheetah. There are many guests and security personnel here. We need to keep a low profile and avoid drawing unnecessary attention. A line of security robots roll between them, and in an orderly manner, they split up and slowly roll into the areas to the left and right. Xiangyu watches them as they head into the depths of the hall. The left contains the dining hall and shopping area, while the right has the bar and the lounge. Which one are we going to check out first, leader? Time is tight, so for efficiency's sake, I think we should split up. Cheetah, you go left and I'll go right. We'll meet back here in 10 minutes. Got it. See you later then. The bar that adjoins the casino is livelier than the main party hall. The guests gather in small groups, and occasional laughs escape them. Some of the guests are red-faced with anger, loudly bemoaning their luck and lack of thereof. Apple juice, please. Young Yu takes a drink from the pacing waiter tray and leaves the bar, quietly listening to the conversation between the guests. Soon her attention is drawn by a nearby commotion. Hey, barkeep, give me and my friend here a glass of Lafayette. Yu looks to the side. Two businessmen are walking in from the bar entrance, arm over shoulders, headed for the counter. Upon noticing what's going on, the people around them seem to be either afraid or in awe of their status, because they immediately clear a path for them and give the pair a wide berth. Haven't seen you here in so long. Where have you been recently? I had some business on my family's side, so I had to attend a whole bunch of gatherings and parties. Took a lot of doing to get free, let me tell you that. Oh, but isn't that fun? About as fun as a hole in the head. They were all boring as hell. In the end, it's this place that suits me best. After all, there are some events that you can only find here. They are the only things that really get my blood going. The rich man taps the table with a knuckle and then points down. The two of them exchange knowing smiles. That's right, and that's not even getting into tonight's special event. It should be about time, right? The rich man looks at his watch. The gemstones set into the hand glisten with a crimson light. He laughs, then takes an exquisite made metal box from his coat pocket, revealing a neat row of gold casino chips. Since we got some time, why don't we go do something fun to whet our appetites? The card tables have been boring as hell during the past few weeks without you. It would be my pleasure. A hint of excitement crosses the wealthy man's face. He nods, then snatches up his glass and drains it in one gulp. He then adjusts his suit while the other man pats his shoulder. The two of them get up and head towards the casino. Before long, they are lost in the flow of humanity. Xiongyu places her empty, long-steamed glass in the counter before nodding to the bartender and withdrawing to the main hall. At the same time, Cheetah returns from the dining hall. Leader, listen to me! I found two really weird things. Xiongyu nods, indicating that Cheetah should continue. Remember what Ololo said about seeing humans with doll partners at the port? But I didn't see any dolls in the main hall. Where did Itel go? Where did they all go? Not that you mention it. I have only seen human heads too. See, if Lynn were taken onto this ship by that guy, she would have been put somewhere out of sight with all those other dolls. Keep tracking of the dolls' movements is definitely important. Well done, Cheetah. That was a very important clue. I got more awesome stuff in store. Take a look at the pictures I managed to secretly take with my microcam. The picture shows a security robot's back access port. After magnification, they can clearly make out the serial number on it. GNL Beta. That's some other we saw at the mansion on those robots Mr. Holtz ordered from the Gerard Group. Oh yeah, didn't Lolo say those models weren't being marketed by the Gerard Group? Don't tell me, this entire ship is Gerard Group property? That's definitely possible. However, it's also possible that the Gerard Group merely lent technical assistance to the ship operators. Regardless of which case turned out to be true, the one thing that we know for sure is that this ship is firmly linked to the Gerard Group. Suddenly, a long hum fills the air. It seems to be coming from overhead. What's going on? The humming gets louder, but the guest seems completely used to this and do not respond in any way. Just then, Xiangyu's communicator beeps. She picks up the call and hears Tololo's voice. Leader, the gangway guards just returned to the vessel, and the gangway being closed up. It seems the ship is about to wake anchor. No wonder we hear that strange noise. It must have been the vessel's air horn. I have Miss Helen arranged for vehicle support, so I can continue supporting you at sea. I'm concerned that the situation might spiral out of control once the ship leaves port, so please be careful. Understood. As it turns out, I have some things that I need you and Miss Helen to investigate too. Xiangyu briefs Tololo on everything she has learned so far. So you want to look into the link between the Novalis, Mr. Holtz, and the Yard Group? Yes, I got it. Also, I have some input on the potential location of the dolls that I'd like to share with you. At the next moment, Xiangyu receives a quick sketch of the liner's structure. Observations of the exterior suggest that the liner is divided into 3 main decks, marked 1F, 2F, and B1. Passengers can only board the vessel via one route. In other words, via the 1F deck, where you are now. Then what about 2F? What are they doing up there? The thermal scans indicate that 2F contains servers. So my guess is that it has functional purpose similar to a server room, a command center, and other such facilities. However, I'm suspicious of the B1 deck. The part that's below the waterline? Yes, there's a hidden passage on 1F which appears to lead to B1. It's a very heavily guarded, and there's a lot of worker traffic moving through it. Measurements of the cargo they are moving show that they are very similar in size to dolls. In other words, Lind's most likely to be in B1. Leader, since we know where the entrance is, why don't we hurry up over right now? We'll take out the door guards and rush straight in. After studying the number of security robots patrolling the main hall, Xiangyu shakes her head. Tololo, are there any guests leaving through the entrance? No, only workers. But it's not just the dolls. I don't see their ornaments either. That's where the problem lies. The fact that these guests can move through suggests that there must be a VIP route from 1F to B1. We just don't know where it is. Xiangyu's eyebrows narrow as she recalls what happened earlier in the bar. When that wilty guest said this place, he pointed down. A tender look of interest when she flashed those gold casino chips. Looks like there's a big secret behind the bar. Cheetah, let's head over to the casino. It is very likely that the B1 entrance is hidden there. Okay, give me a second, I'm gonna go get something from the fridge because I'm overheating here. So I'm gonna mute for a second. There we go, I'm back! And with a very, very cold towel to put over my shoulders to refresh myself a little bit. The humming of fans, the beaming of machinery, the rush of liquid through the pipes. Surrounded by these sounds, Linda slowly opened her eyes. Damn it, my head hurts. The room before her is dark. The surrounding walls are covered in displays whose flickering images radiate a ghostly blue light that dimly illuminates the interior. She has never seen this place before. Where am I? You're finally awake. How do you feel? Huh? Lynn shudders as she hears an unfamiliar voice speaking directly into her ear and reflexively reaches for her gun, only to find that she is securely bound to the chair she's in. The chair slides along the ground for some distance, and the shrill sound of metal grinding against metal fills the air. The man laughs sadistically as he watches Lynn struggle. No need to be so anxious. I'll give you your gun back later. Lynn looks to the side and sees a man in fancy clothes leaning against the control console, a mocking smile on his face. He has one hand in a pants pocket and holds a long-stemmed glass on the other, blissfully savoring the fragrance of the wine within. The man slowly raises his head and exhales a long, slow breath. Even the best wine only shows its true worth in the eyes of one who understands it. Similarly, even the most powerful doll can only show its true power when wielded by a capable master. If I were you, I'd feel honored to have been chosen by a professional like me. Cut with your tongue? Are you so show of my presence that you cannot muster up the ability to speak? No, it's just that you are trying so hard to be cool, but all you're doing is being cringe instead. Wow. Is this what passes for businessmen these days? Have you fallen so low that you have resorted to kidnapping dolls? You really do anything to make a quick buck, won't you? The corner of the man's mouth twitches visibly. He takes a deep breath and forces a smile to his face once again. It looks like I'll need to properly introduce myself. My name is Carl Holtz, a genius who made best-selling toys at the age of 6. I'm an adult should have heard my name when the magazine published it. Harl? Who's that? Not Harl, Carl. No, it doesn't ring a bell. So what does it have to do with abducting dolls? My father, Jacob Holtz, supervisor of the Gerard Group Robotics R&D department. You should understand what that means, right? Our family hasn't fallen so far that we need to kidnap dolls to sell for money. Sir, you're not a failure of a businessman. You're a failure of a Nepo baby then. If your aim was to bring me here so I will praise you, you picked the worst person imaginable for the job. Hell yeah! Carl's mouth twitches even more intensively now. He takes 3 deep breaths before he speaks again. Let me say again, I'm not going to sell you off, so stop calling me a failure. I simply want you to do me a favor, Miss Lind. Tonight there's going to be an arena match in the depths of the cruise liner. I want you to help me win the match so I can make a point to my father. The confusion in Lind's eyes grows, but Carl gets more and more excited. He begins a long spiel without bothering to ask Lynn if she wants to hear it. The cruise liner you are on is actually a cathedral of entertainment for those in unrarefied social class. In here, money, power, position, everything can be wagered. And the most exciting bets are placed on the arena match that you will soon participate in. I don't believe anyone can resist that temptation. What do you mean by arena match? Does it involve fighting? I have no idea why people are so captivated by these primitive displays of violence. And I even have less idea where you're getting your confidence from, thinking that everything's going to come up roses just because you kidnapped a doll. You don't get it. A genius like me only makes a move after crafting a 100% foolproof plan. Since the arena match is a contest of strength, there's no question that tactical dolls have an advantage over civilian dolls. Unfortunately, most tactical dolls are employed by the military or government organizations, and I have no desire to antagonize the government, neither do I possess strength to face off against the military. Therefore, Carl's eyes gleam with madness as he slowly walks around to the rear of a chair and plants his hand on Lee's shoulders. My best choice was a small PMC like yours with no funding or official backing, which won't make waves even if an incident occurs. Those robots I stationed at the mansion were part of the test I arranged. Congratulations, Miss Lind. Your combat performance has won my highest approval. Huh? A small PMC? Won your approval? Lind has no idea where to start picking his words apart. You're not all right. You don't even know about Griffin and Kruger. Years ago, Griffin was the premier PMC in the country, and you were still probably playing with literal dust somewhere. And this plan of yours is so full of holes, it's more like a fishing net. 100% foolproof my ass. For example, if I hadn't got to sell off that card, wouldn't your plan have the right from the start? And in the end, you went on a trail and tried to sell it, right? That just proves my plan worked. And if you hadn't taken the card, then I would have uncancelled my future commissions with Griffin and continue trying to lure you out. As long as I could get you away from Griffin, I have a chance to make my move. Colvin is reveling on himself, the money in his sight gradually fades, replaced by gloominess. The bait daggers were useful for that, at least. Offer enough and they'll solve any kind of problem for you. If you hadn't mentioned Gira Group just now, I had probably mistaken you for a stupid playboy. Do you actually think that jackets can be trusted? Are you retarded? Wow, Link, you can say that. You can say that on stream, Link. How the hell did the Girard Group manage to produce a failure like you? Shut up. Car's expression shifts, and he tightens his grip on Link's shoulders. The sudden pain forces Link to frown. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Stop calling me a failure! You're the same alert as people from the Girard Group, and you just piss me off! You are too stupid. You try to abduct a tactical doll, leaving a survivor, a witness. For a second, I read this, I was thinking, what the hell is the bot C rigger thingy being here? The Suomi simp. I thank everyone here for taking time out of your busy schedules to take part in this charity gala. I'd like to use this opportunity to introduce my son, Carl. The toy he developed is a bestseller on the market, and all proceeds from the sales will be donated in full to our charity foundation. Come, Carl, say hello to all the nice people. Hello, everyone. I expected nothing less of Madame Hall's boy. He is clearly extraordinary, even at the tender age of 6. I'm sure he'll be running a corporation of his own by the time he turns 26. How blessed you are, Madame. But of course, his only daughter at Madame Hall's son should be a rare genius. Why don't you say a few words, young Carl? We'd like to bask in your genius. Please, let me give us this thing as soon as I come. Jacob, who the fuck are you? Thank you all for coming to attend my wife's funeral. To honor my wife's dying wishes, I will shoulder the legacy of Hall's family and strive to restore its glory. My condolences, Mr. Jacob. It's really a shame that your wife is taken from us in the prime of her life. I cannot imagine the sorrow that you and young Master Carl must be going through now. Father, I want to see Mother. Where is she? Is Mother not coming back? Silent, Carl. Stop winning like a little failure. My apologies. It seems we had shown you an unseemly side of ourselves. Come on, skip this useless flashback. Oh, here comes the failure of the Halls family. Still playing with toys at this age. The Halls boy never really grew up, did he? Why don't you say a few words, Carl? Teach us how to be a small failure who doesn't even care about how pathetic he is. The experimental funds I gave you were so you could develop mechanical products that would contribute to the Gerard Group, not to waste on playing house. I wasn't expecting you to make a decent copy of that doll, but you are saying you can even figure it out a way to defeat it? Is that it? How did Celia give birth to a failure like you? I am Carl Holtz, the heir of the Holtz family. It's one thing if father looks down on me, but a mere doll do the same. What right do you have to criticize me? You can never create a doll and you think you have superiority over a doll. The hands gripping Lynn's shoulders suddenly let go, and then a fist whistled through the air before slamming into the side of Lynn's head. The impact of the fist on her head hitting the back of the chair briefly dazed her. Lynn turns and looks Carl straight in his angry bloodshot eyes. You mad, bro? So the heir to the whole family went to all this expense just to capture a mere doll. Doesn't seem very smart to me. And besides, why exactly should I do what you tell me? I can control those berserk robots. I have access to Jira Group's latest technology. I've already seen those robots before. They were under my control. Soon, you will too. Carl kicks a button on the back of Lynn's chair. The surface of the armrest on the back chair slides open, revealing a dense network of cables within. They coil and wrap around Lynn until she's tightly bound. Right after that, a powerful electrical current pours into her frame. Pain fills Lynn's neural cloud, and she can help the grunt that escapes her. Carl slowly walks around Lynn until he stops in front of her. You're right. I didn't need to capture an ordinary PMC doll. After all, an ordinary doll wouldn't have given me such an amusing reaction. You, on the other hand, had a different story. After all, you're a ULSD test type with sensory feedback comparable to that of our human beings. Isn't that right? SIC 012. Oh, this fucker knows. Lynn hasn't heard the designations ULSD and SIC 012 in a long time. Her pupils suddenly contract as she hears them spoken once again. The experimentation regime she endured as a ULSD was a nightmare that constantly haunted her. She's never revealed that part of her past to anyone else apart from the commander. You... How did you... Didn't want to ask just where he learned that information from, but the agony in her frame keeps her from speaking. All she can do is watch as he takes out a remote control, and see him smile coldly as he presses the button on it. Ah! A stream of data and electrical current slams into Leand. Her pain is amplified numberless times. Carl's body seems to descend away in an instant, only to pull back in front of her as to in slow motion. Young data washes over Lind like a flood, filling her neural cloud and assaulting her level 2 layer. The tearing pain of the force override process pours into every corner of her frame. Her visual modules shut down amidst the pain, and her vision fills with a cold white light. Lynn struggles to see amidst the radiance, but all that greets her is an endless void. Countless elites appear out of the virtual nothingness, slowly creeping toward her. Things are looking very bad for her indeed. Damn it! The only good thing about all this is that she hears his trusty Auto 12 in hand, AA-12 in hand, and with it, her confidence returns to her. Lynn raises her gun. I cannot die. I will not die. Not here. Free yourself from the shackles of this nightmare. Let's go to Gon. Only two left. Wonderful. Nah. Can I reach? Yeah. Well. Oh, there's one here. Oh, I almost forgot about you. I should probably have left match T for the final hit, for the ones far away. But yeah, match 2. There's a hold'em, blackjack, electronic dice, slot machines, roulette tables. They're ready to have everything here. The illumination from the luxurious decorations and lurid lighting melt together as gamblers move back and forth between tables, lost in this hollow enjoyment. Xiongyu and Cheetah dark between the crowd, searching for a clue about how to get it to the B1 deck. Those two rich patrons I saw at the bar earlier are gone. Leader, look, do you think they went there? Xiongyu looks where Cheetah is pointing, A pair of black-suited guards are standing in front of a grand-looking door. This door seems quiet and sedate compared to the liveliness of the rest of the casino. There's something written on it. Let me see. VIP area. Only for guests with golden chips. Wow. What's this VIP area? And what are those golden chips? Is there a super casino in there or something? When that wealthy guest mentioned a special event, he flashed a stack of chips which looked like they were made of gold. It looks really suspicious. Looks like we'll need to think of a way to get in there. Cheetah, how much cash do you have on hand that we can exchange for chips? Right now, about 500 credits worth, I guess. But later, that's the last sum I can found. Could you help make up the rest for me? I don't have much cash on hand either. All we can do is hope that gold chips don't cost too much to redeem. Xiongyu and Cheetah pulled their cash and then head to the casino's cage. Welcome ladies, will you be buying chips tonight? How much are the gold chips? The dealer smiles and pulls back the red cloth inside the cage, gesturing to the level numbers below. It is as you see. 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros. Holy cow, 5 zeros! So each one is 100 grand. This is insane. You might as well just grab a gun and rob people at this point. Xiongyu ignores Cheetah protest. Her reflection is one of serenity. Understood. I bought 2,000 credits worth of chips for now. Thank you. Cheetah squeezes the 2 little chips they just bought in her fist and drags Xiongyu off to a corner in the casino. Clearly, she has something to say. Is this actually happening, leader? Did the money disappear just like that? And even after all that, we only got two measly little chips. Are you seriously planning to win that 100,000 credits with a stake of 2,000? I was, actually. Ah, are you for real? Then we should just hold up everyone here. It will be faster that way. I mean, when it comes to gambling, we'll be totally screwed if we lose just once, right? Cheetah, you have forgotten the most important thing. We are dolls. What's that? You mean like how we can claim anything we lose from caretakers as a business expense? No. What's important is that we won't lose. Saying so, Xiongyu takes the chips on Cheetah before flipping them up into the air and nearly catching them. We are dolls, and that's why we will not lose. So you're a dork after all. For a moment, Cheetah stares blankly at the gleaming confidence in Xiongyu's eye. Then she gets what Xiongyu is hinting at. A wicked grin spreads across Cheetah's face as she rubs up against Xiongyu. I get it. So you're going to cheat then? Is that it, leader? It's not cheating, just leveraging our advantages as dolls. Xiongyu looks at the card tables in the distance. As observing how the tables were distributed in the casino. Each one has 5 dealers and a supervisor, and they have IR scanners on each table to keep players from cheating. We probably won't have much luck trying to pull off a sleight of hand in the gambling tables. The slot machines are fully automatic and appear to be a good choice, but there are too many panthers around them and there's no way we can do anything with so many eyes watching. Eh? Does that mean we are out of options? We still have this. Don't tell me. Are you going to play Mahjong with your life on the line? Xiongyu exchanges a look with Cheetah, and then they approach one of the electronic tables. Upon detecting someone nearby, a mechanical alarm lifts a touchscreen and presents it to the pair. Xiongyu taps it, and the edge of the table lights up. The hologram of a virtual dealer appears over the center of the table and bows to them. Estimated guest number 03425. Welcome to the Carnival Cubic DB01 online entertainment system. Please select the game you would like to play and insert your chips into the slot on the right. During the game, please refrain from staking, damaging, and attempting to disassemble the machine. Since it's a network device, we should be able to hack it through level 2. The plan is to stop the data pertaining to the failures and only let the successful data through. Oh, so you're saying we directly access the casino network and mess with the results? Precisely. The AR group provided a special service for gamblers who had difficulties going to offline casinos, but it's turning out to be a godsend for us instead. Xiongyu smiles and slips her chips into the machine. The dice on the screen begins spinning at high speed. Let's go for the mode with the simplest rules, high and low. I estimate 6 rounds should be enough for us to go from 2000 to 100,000 credits. Why do we want to take the sign of spoofing for longer? Wouldn't that be better? Will trigger system alert if we do it for too long? It's less risky this way. All we need to do is work fast in level 2. Are you ready, Cheetah? The game is about to begin. Come on! This genius has been waiting for this. On another! Where? What is that box? Artist dice program for the Carnival Cubic? They are small and square and pretty cute. Cheetah, don't get careless. I can only spoof the error signals a few rounds. We need to take care of this ASAP. So that means we can gain points but not lose them. Relax, leader. I won't hold you back. Playing games is serious business for me. What? Select the Carnival Cubic within 4 tiles and roll a die. If it chose 4, 5 or 6, gain 3,000 points. High or low? High. A 5. Nice. Oh. Let's get high here. AoE. 4, 1, 5. Let's go. Nice. A 4. Damn it. Go for low. A 2. Nice. A 4. A 5. Damn it. Well, a high. A 1. A 4. Nice. And a 2. The spinning die gradually slows down and eventually comes to a halt when the 6 facing up. The Carnival Cubic machine plays a beat music. Ding ding ding. Congratulations on winning again, guest number 03425. You wish to continue betting? We scored the 1000k we needed. 100k we needed. Let's wrap things up. Here you click the quit button and a flood of chips pour out of the tube amidst the sound of clinks and beeps. Wow, leader, we're rich! Eh? Cheetah takes out the sole golden chip from the pile. Its mass takes her by surprise. Wait a minute, I think the chip is made from actual gold. Is there a group giving this out just like that? Well, Assassin's Creed is pretty close to the price you'd pay for actual gold. Is that how it is? Then this place is a gold mine. I wish you had more time to earn more. Then we could hand it to caretakers. Oh, she's thinking about Helion, even after all this time. Beep beep beep. Cheetah's muttering is interrupted by an alert. Shunyu turns away to take Tololo's call. Leader, the cruise ship has come to a halt in a bay that's surrounded by mountains on 3 sides. Well, a bay that's fenced in by the mountains. Choosing such a well-hidden location suggests that their special event isn't something they want others to see. That's what Miss Helion said too. She sent 2 support decalans and an helicopter over. We are currently shadowing the liner. If anything happens, we'll be able to support you ASAP. Alright, be careful. Don't let the external guards spot you. Understood. We have also finished analyzing the vessel structure. I'll send it to the map to you later. Once you find Lind, you can evac by following the indicated route. I'll pick you up on the deck. Good work, Tololo. You're almost as efficient as the genius. Bruh. Eh? Why isn't anyone talking? After a brief silence, Tololo awkwardly closed her throat. Also, I learned something about the matter you asked me to investigate. What did you find out? The Novalis belongs to a toy company. It's a place that the company uses to host charity events, and many media outlets have reported on it. Its CEO, Madame Celia, would often bring her son Carl to these events. The toys Carl created have also made the news. The heir to a toy company, in other words, that Mr. Holtz. That's right. Carl's full name is Carl Holtz. The contact information he gave to Griffin was correct. Why would someone who runs a charity want to kidnap Lind? Also, the inside of this boat is about as far as from non-profit as you can get. You're right, it isn't connected to charity at all, because Madame Celia passed away from an illness 6 years ago, and her toy company went down with her. Currently, the ownership of the liner has been transferred to Carl's father, Jacob. Oh, I remember that name. He was the jerk who was building robots for the ER group. So you are saying this kidnapping was masterminded by the father and son duo? Something's not quite right. After putting together all the information Tololo has given, Xiongyu fell silent for a while. Since Carl's father is a ER group researcher, he ought to have a way to get those berserk robots under control. Why did he go out of his way to get a PMC to clean up his mess? Could he be trying to get us to pick up that ID card? That would make it even weirder. Given the ER group's wealth and power, they would definitely have access to in-house paramilitary forces. They wouldn't need to hire criminals like the Barjaggers, and they most certainly wouldn't need to resort to such a roundabout means to kidnap Lin. The most likely possibility is that Carl didn't want to draw the group's attention, and all this was a simple personal initiative. So you are saying Jacob doesn't know about this? Indeed, everything's been going smoothly all night, from boarding the vessel to the ID check. Even the ship's security forces have been replaced by robots for the most part. I think it's less that he doesn't know and more like he isn't even on the ship at all. Both sides of the line go silent. Well, even if we know all this, we still don't know what the kidnappers are trying to accomplish. There's still too much that we don't know. All we can do is head down to the B1 deck and see if we can find more clues there. Yep. Seeing is believing after all. Let's go! Why is... what's the name? Medieval tavern music playing on this damned casino. After ending the transmission with Tololo, Xiongyu and Cheetah arrive at the door marked VIP area. Can we go in? One moment, please. The security guard takes the gold chip and presses it to the sensor on the door. There is a beep, and then the door slowly slides open, revealing a lavishly decorated elevator. Please proceed, ladies. Hehe, it's a lift! Looks like our guest was on the mark. I hope we'll be able to see Lin soon. The pair entered the elevator while holding the studs in their hearts. The heavy doors separate the inside and the outside like a wall. There's a muffled commotion from behind the door, as though the sound is being muffled by some invisible membrane. As the feeling of weightlessness from the elevator descent grows, this noise becomes clearer. Until the elevator comes to a halt and the doors slowly open. Shouts and screaming fill the air, and a mix of sweat, blood, and stimulant hits them in the face like a physical blow. What on earth is this place? Unlike the brightly lit 1F, B1 is dimmed with blood-red lighting. In the center is a huge circular arena surrounded by maniacal fans. Their formal attire cannot hide the bloodlust in their eyes. I miss that. The sound of cheers and curses blend together as though this is the paradise of release. And in the arena, a red doll and a blue doll are engaged in combat. The payout odds for both sides fluctuate on the overhead screen, and the shifting numbers have the audience in their grasp. It's as though the entire B1 deck is in the grip of some indescribable frenzy. How? How could this be happening? Don't tell me they kidnapped Lin too. Woo! Suddenly, an air-splitting cheer comes from the crowd. Xiongyu and Cheetah looks toward the arena. A red doll has her foot firmly planted on the blue doll's head, and the shiny floorboards reflect her crushed, distorted face. The red doll raises her sword high, it's fired upon the shoulder joint, and forcefully drives her weapon home. The blue doll's right arm is parted from the rest of her body, and she rolls several meters away, coming to a halt at the edge of the arena. The disarmed blue doll curls up on the ground, moaning in pain. The doll's pitiful cries are immediately drowned out by the cheers of the audience. Until the very next moment, the big screen above the ring zooms in on the red doll cold eyes. What the fuck? What is the bunny doing here? Okay, I gotta go for some water. I'm gonna mute for a second. Ah, fucking hell. Oi, you awake? Okay, I'm gonna mute. I'm back. Hello. Okay. Let's continue. Lynn's blank eyes open. She turns her head jerkily towards the boys. Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Awake then, are you? Carl presses a button on his remote. There is a crisp click and the bindings of the electric chair disengage. Stand up and walk around. Helene stands up and mechanically walks around the room, Then awaits Carl's next command. Turn in place and then sit back down. After seeing Lind execute his command to the letter, Carl claps his hand in delight. I didn't think the beta virus would be so effective. Even a rush copy of 45 of the code segment is still enough to control adults near a cloud. No wonder those defects in the arena all fight like they are possessed once they get infected by it. Why did that sit on such good stuff like this instead of giving it to me? Good stuff? I was just pretending to space out, and he totally fell for it. It's a bit too easy, doesn't it? Talk about stupid moron of an Epo the baby. Once again, Lind lambastes Scar's intelligence in the confines of her mind. Forget it. This actually helps bypass all kind of problems. I might be able to get him to spill the beans on something too. That data assault on my level 2 just now was massive. If I hadn't fought back in time, my Nether Cloud would really have been overwritten. Was it because the virus code was incomplete? Still, wasn't the virus targeted toward Gerald dolls? I was built by IOP, so why was it effective against me? Could it be that Gerard dolls used the same base layer technology as IOP dolls? Of course. Those frauds cannot do anything for themselves. Before Lynn can reach a conclusion, Carl gives her another order. Oi, doll, come here. I'll tell you about arena rules and your opponent tonight. Here it comes. Let me see what exactly you're up to. Lynn walks over to Carl's side. While Lynn was mentally prepared for what she might see in an arena, the sight before her still hits her hard. The screen shows a camera feed. In it, a red-colored doll with bunny ears is visually chopping a doll on the ground to bits. It exemplifies cruelty, violence, and savagery. Just about every frame of the video maxes out Lynn's tolerance for disgust. As you can see, there are no rules in Doll Arena. You can use any means to attack and can freely destroy your opponent's frame. Simply put, whoever reduces their opponent to scrap first, wins. Carl pushes the pause button. The feed is frozen on an image of the moment when the red doll cuts her opponent in half at the waist. This is your opponent tonight, Krolik, who is known as K9 here. When a certain underground doll arena was all the rage in the Green Zones, she was one of the two most popular fighters there. Do you know what that is? Melee combat dolls are rare enough for starters, and her brutal fighting style was most entertaining. And of course, the more thrilling the show, the more the audience loved it. Unfortunately, the real Krolik escaped during an incident 8 years ago, and it was her partner, the other most popular fighter there, who helped her flee. Even though they usually try their best to kill each other in the ring, they decided to be all buddy-buddy at a time like that. Heh, dolls make me sick. Despite being created by humans, all they think about is betraying humanity. Forget it. Why am I even telling a doll like you all this? Carl throws up his hands in exasperation. The organization's finances haven't been doing too well recently, so in order to whet the investors' appetite, that modified one of Krolik's replica frames into the KO9 unit. It preserves the original Krolik fighting style to the maximum extent. Even her swing force is a 1-to-1 match. Unsurprisingly, K9 is undefeated in the arena. It's won 22 consecutive matches so far, and its total winnings are a jaw-dropping amount. That's why I brought you here. I want you to replace the King K9 and become the new king of the ring. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? What? So it was for such a stupid reason. That's why I hate unreasonable violence. It takes great effort for Lynn to suppress her desire to throw up. Now's not the time to fight back. If the commander were here, or even just leader, they would tell me not to be impulsive. I need to stay calm. The way you are now makes it hard for me to tell how much is actually getting through. If you understand, repeat what I just said. Understood. My mission is to help you destroy that doll that your dear father went to all that effort to build. Yes, good. Carl nods in satisfaction. Such a fucking idiot. Man, you can even see that she's bluffing. The tone, though, it sounded strange. Is sarcasm factory default setting for you? Never mind, it doesn't matter. As long as you blue can in a part with the shotgun, the audience will go crazy over you and you'll become the new star of the underground with countless fans and followers. Meanwhile, I have the ground to talk terms with father. I have proven that I can influence the family business, and that I'm the one who must start to operate Mother's cruise liner. How's that? Is that a win-win play worthy of a genius? Please shut the fuck up. Carl looks at Lynn's blank face and seems a little disappointed. Father was like this too. He'd either mock me or ignore me every day. Go ahead and talk. It doesn't matter if you're sarcastic or not. This is just too boring. For instance, don't you have any questions you want to ask me? Right, just ignore those unnecessary orders and ask what you want. You just say that having a get rid of canine was just one of your goals, right? So firepower wasn't the real reason you picked me. Of course, if I just wanted a fighter, buying a critical dot from the black market would have been simple enough. But the arena is in the battlefield. It's ultimately just a form of entertainment. The performance aspect of it are more important than the fighting elements. Like pain, for instance. Carl chuckles and then taps the ULSD dossier on his table. I know you were an experimental unit with simulated sensory organs, and your ability to perceive pain is beyond anything other dolls can match, let alone those fighters. Most of them are defects father produced in the process of producing gen dolls. Most don't even have mature neural clouds model loaded. They are failures in every sense of the word. While the beta virus does have a side effect of amplifying sensory feedback, they can only respond mechanically, which is far from what research-grade work demands. So even pain can become an object of scientific study. If the audience wants it, nothing is impossible. Oh, you should watch this. We'll be working together for a long time anyway, so the more you understand, the better. The scene on the monitor changes to a video log for an experiment. A shabbily dressed man is tied to a wooden rack, and a group of researchers in white coats are surrounding him. Commencing experiment number year 002237. Not collecting data on edge yet implementing injury. The researcher raises his scalpel and jabs into the test subject. Blood sprays out and covers the screen. The test subject screams echo through the chamber while the researcher looks down at the clipboards and scribbled notes. As thought all this was just a footnote to completing the experiment. Experiment number year 002237. Control group beginning procedure. The scene shifts. The test subject is now a doll. A researcher jabs his scalpel into the doll's arms. Once, twice, over and over again, until he has produced suffering like what a human endured. What? Why? Why were they doing this? Lynn feels her neural cloud temperature spiking. If what she saw before was merely nauseating, what she's looking at now, it fills her with utter boiling rage. The image of the test subject doll defocuses, disintegrates, then comes back together before her eyes, over and over again. The lingering pain from the virus awakens, traveling through her frame until it converges on her right arm. It's as though the scalpel has passed through the screen and is stabbing through her thin skin. Ah, that hurts. The last time I felt that was when... Linda squeezes her eyes shut. Memories pour on like a tide. Those days and nights laced with the scent of antiseptics, unhealthy helplessness and misery suddenly feel exceptionally real to her. She remembers the blindly bright surgical lights, the ice-cold slab, the aloof looks on the researcher faces, and the way she called it out from the pain. She remembers the questions she used to ponder back then. What did I feel back then when I was chosen as a test subject? Was it despair, fear, discontent? No. Back then, I wasn't even self-aware enough to ask myself these things. I even thought that my pain was the whole reason I existed. Just like these test subjects and the silent fighters. They are being treated as tools to be used and discarded by their masters, and they think it's perfectly natural. But I know better now. I know this isn't right. I met people who showed me the truth, given it all with the correct words and correct actions in order to show that what was done to me was wrong. Lynn recalls the faces of many people. The commander, Kalina, Helian, the others from Frostwall, and many others beside, all friends that she had the privilege of sharing her life with. If she hadn't met them, she would probably still be trapped in a place like this, existing only to suffer like in this video. So, this time, it's my turn to... Just then, Carl's voice chimes in, taking Lynn off to her thoughts and back to reality. Hey, you haven't moved a muscle for 3 full minutes. What's the matter? Did you blow a screen or something? Was that virus too strong? Or did it burn or did you need a claw or something? Crap, I hope not. That would be really bad. A series of rapid knocks interrupt his words, and a weighted voice speaks from outside the door. What's it, Carl? Your father just called. It would be best if you attended to it immediately. What? Carl's face falls instantly. He reaches over to the door and flings it open. The waiter on the other side is startled by the forcefulness of his actions. What did he say? Your father sounded quite angry and said he was on the way back, so I was worried that he might have found out about your plan. Didn't he go to Lviv with his staff to prepare for the technical summit? Oh! Didn't he say it was very important? How could he spare the time to come back? I'm not very sure. Damn it! He was running things for me at the most important moment. Tell me to the deck right now and think of a way to delay him. The door slams shut with a loud bang, and the voices of Carl and the waiter gradually fade into the distance. Lynn breathes a sigh of relief. And here I was thinking about how to get rid of that arrogant young master. That phone call sure came in time. After that, Lynn connects herself to the command console and begins planning her next move. Fortunately, I still have the virus data that I copied from the mentioned robots. Since the robots going out of control was caused by the virus, then uploading it to all security robots on the ship through the central command console should trigger an uprising too. Once they all go berserk, I will wait for the right moment to let the dolls out of here and make her escape. Lynn looks at the clock at the wall, and then endlessly progressing flow of time. While there are still many variables on the plan, given the situation, she'll just have to take things one step at a time. I don't have time to decrypt the security routine. I'll just break through it by force. Yay! Breaking it by force. So what is it? Swamp. Target interaction here. Okay. Yep. This should be good. Can I kill two here? The mod dies. Okay, let's kill this turn. Let's go. Nice. And here. Boop. I did literally nothing. If If only Leader and the others were here, doing this by myself is a pain. Fortunately, the virus is already doing its thing. A few more minutes and the ship's defense systems will be completely paralyzed. Maybe I can use this time to find the exact location of the imprisoned dolls. Let me see, the database should be here, right? Huh, I found it. It's a blueprint of the ship's internal layout. And what are these next to it? Encrypted documents? I can open them. Meh. I'll just copy them and I'll just copy them all and worry about them later. The hour hand on the room's clock has traveled quite some distance. The sound of her hard leather shoes on metal passes it audible through the door, accompanied by calls cursing. You useless bastard! Why did you make such a big fuss about nothing happened? As a master of the nobodies, I urge you to bring my match forward right now. But... no buts! And I don't care what the back-end people have to say about it there either. You will begin the match before the father returns. Grab that car guy is back. Copy progress at 97, 98. Lane's fingers fly across the keyboard, her eye darting between the monitor and the door faster and faster. Come on, just a little more. The progress bar fills up with a beep. Lynn quickly closes the control terminal, then takes a deep breath before quickly returning to her previous position. Carl storms in, then quickly glances around the room several times, but finds nothing amiss. Then he glares at Lynn. Are you awake? Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Seeing Lynn wake up from offline status soothes Carl's frozen nerves somewhat. Seriously, screw that old fart. He kept messing up my plans. I was planning to work on tactics, but the situation has changed and it looks like we don't have time for that now. Our match has been brought forward. We're up next. Just as well, the video should kick in around that time. Alright, I'll play with you then. Ignorant of Lynn's intentions, Carl takes a deep breath and his confident smile returns to his face. Let's go, it's time we made our entrance. Date information changer, return to ops room. That's a change. Wait, 42%, holy hell. It's not so long. Only 3 notes. So, here's Hyunyu, here's Cheetah, here's Lynn and her Lins, a Tolo, over there. Is that Tolo? She looks like Tolo. Here is the rabbit. The rabbit! The rabbit! Rabbit, rabbit. Bang! The red doll easily evades the last shot. The blue doll loses its other arm and stumbles back, its neck spewing sparks. The red doll lunges forward, swinging her sword at the blue doll's vitals and delivering a fatal blow. In the next moment, the blue doll kills over, but the red doll ruthlessly stomps her underfoot. With the battle decided, the roars from the audience grow louder and louder, waves of sound echoing inside the compartment. Finish her! Finish her! Target destruction command. Load complete. Yeah! The red doll drives her hand into the blue doll's chest, and with a burst of strength, she rips out her opponent's still glowing heart. There is a crunch of electronic components splintering, and the entire arena is filled with deafening screams. I'm surprised that... well, we already know that Krolik and Peritia were both in this arena, in the underground arena of dolls fights. But... only if you read the dusty memories and such. But now, it's out in the open. I hope they say more. But yeah, if I remember correctly, Krolik, Chase or model or whatever was Sangbis Ferry before, right? Well, uh, white hair. Well, not so much. If it was black instead of red, that would be a Sangbis Ferry flagship. Dumb idiots. In response to the audience cries, the red doll raises the fragments of her opponent's heart into the air. Then she turns and vanishes backstage. Leader, what's the purpose of bringing all the dolls aboard the ship? Just so they could be thrown into this underground arena. I cannot say this. This is too much. How could something like this happen? I didn't expect the people behind the doll arenas to still be going strong. It looks like that crackdown operation from back then didn't get rid of them. What do you mean by crackdown operation? Were there places like this before? Yes, I heard that doll arenas like this used to be really popular in Greenstones for a while. Back then, they were run by mobsters and the purchase, modification and smuggling of dolls on the black market was very common. Whenever Six States began their doll arena crackdown operation in 2067, such organizations began to decline and the government began strengthening regulation of the use of tactical dolls. From the log of the things, they are back. The EU's fled the border between the green and yellow zones. So those years from back then are walking around without a care in the world now. This isn't right. We can be sure. Perhaps the monster will be replaced by the Jira group. Perhaps both sides reached an agreement to split the profits. The one thing we do know is that the people in charge of the arena now are the Jira group. With their massive influence, power and resources. The casino bobos? No. I'd just say the entire cruise liner exists for the sake of this underground doll arena. Xiangyu looks towards the ring. Workers are clearing up the doll wreckage from the arena. The sight makes Xiangyu voice more somber. There's no telling how many dolls have suffered like that in this place. We were lucky to be able to live under the protection of Griffin, but we simply didn't know enough about the dark side of civilized society. Now that you mention it, since the cruise is for members only, all the people it serves are definitely wealthy or powerful, right? Maybe Girard uses places like this to gain political leverage on them. Correct. I'm sure there are many deeply hidden dealings here that we haven't discovered yet. Damn it! I wish I could reveal all their bad deeds to the world. Hey, who turned out the lights? Suddenly the lights above the audience seats go out one after another from the outside inwards. In the darkness, a shaft of blinding light descends from above, illuminating the host. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MV Novalis. Mobile Vehicle Novalis is a fucking boat. Our Queen of the Ring, K9, will be taking a short rest and she will return to give you an exciting show later on. To all our guests who wish to work out the outcome, please proceed to the right side of the ring within 10 minutes and place your bets with your gold chips in hand. No one can the gold chips to get into this place, so that's why they tried for. I'm sure many of you honored guests have lost their dolls during the course of tonight's arena matches, and as such, we have a special offer for you. All guests who have fielded contenders against K9 tonight are entitled to a free trial of the group's latest batch of prototypes, codenamed GNL Beta, and enjoy the highest possible discount tonight should you decide to purchase them. The host claps and a carefully crafted advertisement trailer appears on the big screen. Rows of specially modified dolls walk into frame, ranging from amazing models to entertainment types and everything else in between, each of a different make and appearance. The only thing these dolls have in common is that they all have the same empty eyes as K9 does. As you can see, the dolls from the GNLB beta batch have blank neural clouds, and the default beta programming makes them completely obedient to your instructions. That means they won't complain, won't refuse orders, and they definitely won't betray you. You can customize them to suit your personal preferences and needs, or allow them to be freely used. Of course, domestic models will have all combat functionality removed, so you can rest assured that your product is absolutely safe. Oh, doesn't mean they won't even try to fight back. Of course. Imagine. No, no, no! Filthy thoughts out of my head! The host voice slowly fades away, only to be replaced by twisted cheers and shouts from the audience. Some people are already planning on how to make full use of their new acquisitions. Yep, they are imagining right now. All kinds of deviant discussion filter to the air and make their way into the young Yus and Cheetah's ears. She's judging me. Holy crap! Are these people all perverts? I can't take it anymore. Leader, can I go and teach them all a lesson? Calm down, Cheetah. We haven't found Lind yet. Also, we learned something from the leader's speech just now. At the very least, we know why the dolls in the arena seem so strange. Turns out they were under the control of a virus. We need to prepare for the possibility that Lin has also been controlled by that virus. Snap. The spotlights come on again, illuminating the freshly cleaned ring. Alright, after the short intermission, it's time for what we have been waiting for. Since our next contender will be using firearms, we urge all guests to stay beyond the boundary lines lest you be injured by stray rounds. Light red panes of bulletproof glass rise from the area around the ring, blocking it off from the audience. And now, introducing the queen of the ring and her challenger. As the audience cheers, the spotlights focus on and follow a crimson doll as she slowly walks into the ring. It is K09, sword in hand. And then, a shaft of dazzling light shines down on the right side of the arena, framing a purple doll who's holding a familiar shotgun. Chan! Leader! That's Lin! Cheetah, Tracy Savage comes with Lin right now. At this range, we should be able to contact her using the squad channel. Beep beep! The transmission goes through it, but Lin's face remains blank and she doesn't respond. What should we do, leader? I think Lin's really been taken by that whatever virus. It can't be helped. We'll just have to go to her ourselves. I'll ask Solo to make necessary preparations. Cheetah, get ready to back me up. Lin's safety is a top priority. Hello? Hello? Leader, I'm not getting a reply from Lin's communicator. Not good. They are about to attack. Yep. Camera right in front of the Vanissas. Cheetah, pay attention to the enemy's movements. We need to step in to provide support if Lin's in danger. Are they porting firearms right into the... How they let them pass with firearms? I know that they're stupid, but dude, kill Kralik. Bunny! Kaboom! A whole lot of shot hits the floor of the arena. Metal balls ricochet off the bulletproof glass and cracks the spiderweb everywhere. Upon seeing Lin's attack missed, K09 quickly whirls a blade around, converting her swing into a thrust aiming directly at Lin's chest. Lin steps diagonally backward and barely about to strike, but K09's sword tip grazes her arm and leaves a dark red wound. That hurts. Fortunately, my technical videos make of strong material, so only my thin skin got nicked. Otherwise, I might have lost the entire arm. K09 clearly doesn't anticipate her opponent avoiding her otherwise fatal blow, because she freezes up in surprise. However, she quickly changes her stance and sets her sword, ready to launch another attack. Lin's feet keep moving and she dodges a serious attack before pulling away to make some space between them. Why is she so damn fast? Is she actually a rabbit or something? Yep, she is. She's being on me like Sabrina on dinner ever since the battle began. I haven't had a chance to counterattack at all. Even if it's because of the beta virus, the kind of tenacity is just scary. Okay. Helene carefully studies KO9's every move as she works to get her breathing under control while shifting her center of balance and keeping her finger on the trigger. Don't panic, Leader and Cheetah are in the audience. All I need to do is draw this out until the robots go berserk. I'll open fire the next time she reaches me. She'll be able to find an opening then. Wah! No! The moment she sees KO9 raise her sword, then pull the trigger without hesitation. A wall of shots spews from her gun barrel and slaps into KO9's weapon with a crisp sound of metal on metal. Although KO9 evades most of the metal balls with preternatural speed, one of them manages to push through her shoulder. Surprisingly enough, KO9 completely knocks her shoulder injury and brings her blade down on Lynn's head with a cleaving shot. Lynn rolls back out and out of the way, once again evading the attack by the skin of her teeth. No wonder Carl says something about wanting to improve the beta virus and serious side effects. She's clearly nowhere sensitive to pain as I am. How is that even fair? It can be helped. Time to go full out on her. I do have to fix your frame once we get out of here. Lynn takes a deep breath, then decides to max out her power output. A cordon of red-hot lead instantly blocks off the way ahead of her. KO9 steps aside and dodges each and every pellet head on her way. Then she reverses her grip on her sword and rushes Lynn. When she determines that Kana is within range, Lynn focuses her fire on KO9's lower body. KO9 loses her balance and she takes a hit to her right leg, which supports her frame. Lynn jumps over, pressing the off balance KO9 to the ground with her elbow and pressing the muzzle of her gun against KO9's head with the other hand. That ought to settle her now. However, KO9 chooses this moment to erupt with tremendous force. She punches up with the back of her blade, knocking away the gun on her head before slamming her right knee into Lynn's chest and taking her by surprise. Pain radiates through Lynn's chest as she staggers back from biting heavily. Damn it! It hurts so bad that I can't see straight. Although her vision is blurry now, Lynn still strives to right her balance while opening fire in KO9's direction. Soon the auto-12 she's holding clicks as its heart falls on an empty chamber. KO9 dashes up in front of Lynn, her swords held high. Lynn! And then KO9's hand suddenly freezes in midair. The lights above her suddenly flash, and the bulletproof glass around the ring slowly lowers. The entire arena is filled with a bizarre silence. Then the sound of mechanical wiring comes from all around them. Cheetah! Now! Support Lynn! Their guns blaze as fire hit the ground under KO9's feet and driving her back. Then, as though they had received some kind of signal, every single robot in the area begins opening fire indiscriminately. The members of the audience scream and flee in all directions. Amidst the chaos, Chungyu and Cheetah hear Lynn's voice over the communicators. It looks like luck was on our side in the end. Lynn, it's you! You mean you weren't taken over by that whatever virus thing? Thank goodness! I thought you were really finishing just now. Finish my ass! Don't jinx me! Lynn gets up and dusts herself off, changing out a new drum of ammo as she does. Then she bolts over the arena's fencing and returns to Frostfall Squad. Welcome back, Lynn. Chungyu and Cheetah smile as they meet her gaze. Then they pivot and wordlessly take up a defensive formation. We're solo though. I'll tell you along the way. Right now, we're going to follow the route she planned and get out of here. The sooner the better. We can't use the elevator anymore, so we'll need an alternative route. In other words, we'll have to go through the back of the audience seating, follow a supply corridor, and then use it to reach the main deck. Cheetah, prepare to fall back. No problem, leader. Leave it to me. Cheetah pulls a flashbang out of her waistbag, pulls the pin on it, and threw it on the ground. No, not today. Smile for the camera. Smile for the camera! A blinding flash of light envelops the arena, and KO9 is forced to shield her eyes. When she can finally open them, all KO9 can see is the trio running into the back of the seating arena. Automatic loading. Automatic loading. Pursuit command. Identification. Successful. Still looking into the direction where the trio have fled. KO9 stands up once again and gives chase. Wait, so Mr. Arrogant, your master went all the effort to capture you because he wanted you to fight for him? Chita's exclamation is so loud that it echoes through the hall. A bunch of security troopers come to investigate, but a hell of fire forces them to take cover behind the pillars. As Lynn shouts, she gives Chita a "give me a break" look. Hello, we're still trying to escape here. Can you keep it down? But it's ended up this way because he half-assed everything. Strictly speaking, it wasn't just because of that, but I don't have the time to elaborate now. Cheetah, help me lie down so covering fire. I have something to tell the leader. No problem. This time I'll protect you, Lynn. Cheetah flashes an OK sign, then moves up to the head of the formation. Just then, a transmission from Tololo comes in. Leader, right at the fork up ahead. I just see the corridor leading to the deck. Understood. Lynn, what is it that can wait until we get up there? So, leader, when I sense this is the last chance I'll get for this. Lynn takes a deep breath, then looks at the fork up ahead. I managed to interface with the system in the liner's main control room, and I found their exact locations. That is, the doors being controlled by the RM staff. I want to take them with us. What? Where are they being held? Area D3 on the port side. Tololo, calculate a road there. Roger that. The reply from Tololo comes less than a minute later. The left path from the fork ahead leads to Area D3, takes a opposite freeway from the exit, and chief security is closing in on your location. It will be a risky course of action. If your air crew reinforcements arrive quicker than we can move, things will be even worse. What do you want to do, leader? Xiongyu doesn't reply, only tapping her terminal with her index finger. Lynn, I'm fairly sure you have prepared yourself for this possibility, but I must remind you that if we choose to commit to this course of action, we might not be able to complete the objective or ensure everyone's safety. And so, do you wish to proceed? Yeah. I can do it by myself, so I need you, Cheetah, Tololo. I need all of the Frostfall squad to help me out. You don't say things like this often. There is a short silence. Xiongyu looks Lynn in the eye, as though she has come to a decision. Understood. Change of plans, Frostfall squad. We are heading to Area D3 to rescue the captured dolls. Lynn blinks in surprise as she stares at her squad leader. The mental image she always had of Xiongyu is someone who always being cautious and diligent. Yet, she has agreed readily to Lynn's request. Lynn can see a trust which she needs no justification in Xionyu's eyes. Oh, so we're going to be the old saviors now? Awesome! I always wanted a halo. Tololo, help us draft another road that help us about ship security. Welcome. Lynn, how many dollars are we talking about here? According to the data from the control room, there are about 170 of them. 170! Holy hell, we can feel Griffin and Kruger with all of them. The more troublesome thing is that the neural clouds have been wrecked by the beta virus. They might not listen to us anymore. Wait, so there are almost 200 of them and they might not even cooperate with us? We're gonna suddenly cut them all off one by one, right? Also, even assuming we got them in a position to be evacuated, we wouldn't have the time or cabin space to evacuate them all. Xiongyu opens her terminal and begins thinking as she studies the ship blueprints. The doors are all in the stern of the vessel. If we could trap the enemy amidships, it would give us a lot more time to work in. Chida looks over Xionyu's shoulders and studies the map. Then she points at the red shaded area in the middle rear of the vessel. Leader, why don't we blow up the center fuel tank over here and cut the ship in half? That way we can separate the part where all the doors are. Wait, you want to blow out the ship in half? Don't have anything powerful enough to do that. You know who you're talking about. With who you're talking about. With. Hey, have you forgotten this genius forte? Cheetah produces a little ball out of nowhere and tosses it up, a wicked glint in her eyes. Ta-da! Behold, my remote bomb. At last, a place for it to see proper use. Anyway, give the order, leader. That muddy-eared doll is coming after us. Shonju's gaze hardened as she focused on the incoming figure in red. She quickly judges the feasibility of the mission and makes a decision. Cheetah, plant the explosives at the central fuel tank. Watch for a chance to set it off, but only after Linda and I arrive. Got it! Tololo, contact Miss Helen right now and have her send more backup. Once we scuttle the ship, we'll need people who can manage and move the part of the vessel where all the dolls are. Oh, so they are taking all of the ship. I mean, half of the ship. Understood. Linda and I will stay here to lure the enemy to the other side of the ship. We'll wait time for Cheetah, Tololo, and our backup to arrive. Causing chaos should be Cheetah's strong suit, right? Still, never mind. This sort of thing is alright from time to time. Lynn reloads her Auto 12, then focuses her gaze on the incoming KO9 before pulling the trigger. Her shotgun sprays a ton of lead, blasting Hawk chunks on the masterfully carved marble paneling. A column collapses with a deafening crash. KO9 is forced to stop as the falling pillar blocks her path and throws up a huge cloud of dust. Aren't you got and running? Come catch us then! Bunny. Crawling in the middle, exit, I evacuate everyone. Oh no! I almost forgot about that. And crawling is slow as hell, so... Well, Lint is also small, but slow, but yeah. And yep. If everything fails, Springfield is the best at anything, huh? After all. That's a remix of the music from GFL1? Or maybe it's a new song made by Ghost Final. That's probably it. If I'm guessing right. Because it sounds like something that would came off of like an event lobby. Yeah. Or maybe from PNC. No, I don't know. And next that I composite guard. Oh, these are new. Clang. Who are you? Will use cover and fight with various tactics. Gerard group, composite guard. Oh. I see, I see, I see. I have no one on my... Well... Let's kill this one. And retreat. And they're slow as hell. Oh my god. For fucking sake, did I just kill a mosquito? On my leg? Probably. Retreat. Six turns, okay. Easy. Xiongyu and Lin used the rain to mount hit and run attacks on KO9 and their pursuers. They managed to strand them on the B1 deck and get to the main deck on time. It's almost time. Are Cheetah and Tololo ready yet? The plan is going smoothly and our backup is in place. Head to the pickup point now. The pair run toward the center of the ship, where we find Cheetah waving to them happily. Over here, over here! This time I was faster than you and Lind. Are you going to praise me? Tololo, bring the chopper in. Prepare for extraction. Xiongyu pulls Cheetah behind her and looks up. Tololo pilots the chopper toward the three of them. It comes to a halt at the last moment, the rotors churning up waves on the surface of the water below. The cabin slides open, and Tololo pokes her head out to throw a rope ladder down to the three of them. Come on! Then there is a loud crash, and KO9 bursts out from the nearby hatch. Her eyes aglow with crimson rage. Of course, it had to be the bunny. She tightens her grip on her sword and immediately lunges at the three dolls. Now, Cheetah, blow the charges! You're just in time. Cheetah squeezes the button on her detonator and her bombs detonate the central fuel tank. A massive column of flame shoots into the sky and dyes the darkened sky a dull red. The ship lurches heavily as it is cut in two. Fragments fly everywhere as the two halves keel over and begin sinking into the sea. KO9's frame is sent flying by the shockwaves, and she lands heavily on the stern of the vessel, while Frostfall uses this opportunity to scramble aboard the ladder. The helicopter climbs rapidly, rising high into the night sky. We did it! Lin can see Hellian's backup arriving by the light of the burning deck. The familiar, formerly dust-gathering tugboat is now sawing away the stern of the vessel where the captured dolls are. Looks like we managed to rescue all those dolls, as well as that KO9. Things went better than expected. We were lucky that our backup arrived before Girard forces did, but we can get careless because of that. Tololo, evacuate electronic warfare stealth system. Activate the electronic warfare stealth system. We need to get out of here ASAP. Understood. Mission complete. Preparing to RTV. Tololo presses a button on the helicopter's control panel. It shimmers for a moment in the night sky, then it projects a holographic image around itself. Several seconds later, the helicopter blends into the sky, vanishing into the darkness before the dawn. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, a bedraggled figure struggles to his feet before pounding on the locker room like a madman. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Carl Jabs has his communicator. He presses so hard that his fingers have gone white from the lack of circulation. The door thuds heavily under his pounding. Father, do you hear me? Mother's ship is about to sink. I know you must have some way to do it, so please, please save the ship. This is the last thing Mother left behind. Despite Carl's wail of despair, the only answer from the communicator is the sound of static. Just when he thinks there will be no reply, the person he's calling suddenly speaks in a quiet voice. Father, is that you? Thank God you answered. You will save the ship, won't you? If I were you, I'd think how to get out of that room first, rather than whine and cry about a boat when your life is in danger. It's just a toll for making money. Is it really that important? It doesn't matter if it's blown up or scuttled. When something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. You're the only one who's so dedicated to something left behind by the corpse. No, it can't be. This is Mother legacy. How can you be so care? You care so little about it? Also, I'm still on the ship. I'm your son. You can just abandon me now. Abandon you? Jacob can't help but snort decisively at Carl's nipply. My biggest mistake was not abandoning you after realizing that Celia had raised you into a failure, and I've been going as far as to give you a chance after chance to prove yourself, including this one. What do you mean? Are you saying you already knew about my plan? What? When did you? What do you think? Do you really think you could have entered the main control room with just your meager access privileges? As it turns out, not letting you in was the right thing to do. I placed you in charge of things just once, and you fucked it all to hell. Not only did those PMCD dolls run circles around you, they also managed to steal all the data in the main control room. And now they even got their hands on over 170 gladiator dolls. Exactly what do you think qualifies you to talk terms with me? You are the one who sunk this ship, and you did it with your own hands. Jacob's judgment, he is like a cold blade, sinking deep into Carl's heart. Carl clutches the communicator tightly, muttering to himself, unable to believe what he's hearing. No, it's not over yet. I can remotely trigger those dolls self-destructive programming. I can destroy the evidence. We can still turn things around. Now I am completely certain that you are even more of a mindless idiot than those dolls. They blew up the remote control server with the chopper before they left. You have well and truly fucked things up now. But upon realizing that there is no coming back from this, Carl slumps to the ground. This is my fault. Those damn dolls were only able to take advantage of the situation because I didn't get the full beta virus. It's not my fault. You just gave me another chance. Another chance? You still want another chance? The company's had its hands full dealing with FABN recently. The CEO is tearing his hair out by the handfuls over them. Do you know that? And you chose no of all times to pull off a stunt like this. There will be no more chances for you. Carl's mouth hangs open as he looks at the door that will not open for him. He does not even have the words to deny his father's words. As a child, you fooled around with high-grade parts like they were toys. It was like watching a monkey with a Kalashnikov. After all these years, you are still the same as when Celia was around. You haven't grown a bit. You don't even qualify to be an obstacle for me, let alone my successor. So, when something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. That includes me too, right? If you were this smart each time, you would have ended up like this. Yeah. To the bottom of the sea with you! Jacob's words are casual, but they hit Carl like a punch to the gut. In Carl's memory, this is the first time his father has ever praised him. But it seems it will also be the last. No, you're my father. You wouldn't do this, right? You won't do this to me, right? Everything I did was to make you proud. Ever since mother died, I have been working hard all this time. Don't bring up that mother of yours. Jacob suddenly explodes with rage. His resentment that has festered for so many years is finally putting out. I wouldn't even have married that dumb bitch if she wasn't on the Orlok conglomerate. Oh, you bastard. She made a fortune and all she did was sit on it, making a bunch of worthless toys or donating to charity. Not only did she criticize me for obtaining 16 labs dolls tech, she was even planning to reveal the secrets between me and the CEO to the public. And so she had to die, and God fucking right as to her. And even after her death, she left someone like you behind. I have been living her shadow for far too long. You should have died along with Celia. Oh, now I want these guys to survive just to do exact revenge on him. Now I'm a little bit sympathetic to you. So you're saying you killed Mother? The nearby potholes collapses under the force of the explosion, and glass rains down like a hail. Car's communicator falls to the ground, emitting a shrill error tone. Carl screams at it, but it will never answer him again, and the roiling flames consume his final words. You extinguished the sparks Mother left behind. Now I want to see the revenge of this asshole over the bigger asshole. Because damn. Well, no body, no death. We're gonna still wait for him to appear somewhere later. Preliminary records for government officials, illegal transaction logs, altered records for the ship, environmental emissions. The Iraq group has quite a litany of things to its name. Frostfall Squad is going through the data link copied from the main control room. This is certainly quite impressive. There is a breakdown for the MB Novalis income and expenditure here too. Let me see. Wow, this is actually kind of scary. They make more in one day than our squad does in 1 month. It's just as we thought. The income from the entertainment was minuscule compared to the illegal betting on the dollar arena. Well, we can now be completely certain that the GR group was controlling underneath the dollar arena. They could make a killing from the black market and use that opportunity to utilize their otherwise effective dolls. The GR group wins either way. The beta virus was probably developed for the purpose and tested on the arena dolls. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I think you should get your frame checked out, Lind. It would be bad if there was traces of that virus left behind in your nether cloud. Don't worry, I'm not weak enough to be taken over by an incomplete virus. I'm more interested in why it works on IOP dolls. Wasn't it mean to target GR group dolls? Lind, are you saying you suspect that the GR group stole 16's lab DOS technology? This virus isn't like normal programs. Its right locations and logic would require a target with highly similar base layer code for it to work. But if the base layer code were too similar, then it would essentially be intellectual property theft. If that's really true, we can use the evidence from the Dollar as proof to the GR group's crimes and make them pay for what they have done. Indeed. Even without the technology theft, just the proof of their crimes is enough to bring the GR group to court. I'll contact Miss Helen now. Once we get back, we'll verify the matter ASAP. I'm pretty sure what we found will help the commander and Miss Karina out in some way. Xiongyu opens a channel to Helen and begins sending over what she has learned. After receiving Helen's reply, Xiongyu's stern expression softens considerably. I have good news. Miss Helen managed to find an alternate organization that's willing to take in the dolls from the arena and help them clear out the remaining beta virus in the nether clouds. Really? That's great! They'll finally be able to shake off the GR group control. Additionally, the organization will provide them with counseling and support them as they reintegrate into human society. Not only will they be able to remove the GR group's influence, these dolls will also receive a chance to make a fresh start. You did very well, Lind. Lind doesn't answer, only leaning against the cabin wall in silence. Scorching pain from the virus infection still itches in her body, and a sense of survivor's guilt envelops her. Lind reflexively looks down at her trembling hands. She's crying! I'm sorry. Eh? Lind, Leader was praising you. Why are you apologizing? I mean, this happened because I went off without permission and acted alone, right? And I even asked you to change the plan at last minute for selfish reasons. If anything had happened to you all because of that, then I... Lind swallows the rest of her words. The three of them quickly exchange glances, then they head over the Lind side as one. What's this, Lind? Are you actually worried about us? Relax, we're all okay, right? I believe our squad exists to support each other, understand each other, and to encourage each other. Tall is cute as always. And in the end, your plan turned out fine. Yes, Chit and Tolol are correct. I know what kind of feelings must have motivated you, Lind. Your unwillingness to let Griffin wither away, the anger that drove you to save your fellow dolls, the pain you felt when you thought you had involved us in your trouble. The truth is, we're all the same. The same? Correct? Can you gently pat Lynn on the shoulder and smile tenderly? As members of the Frostwall Squad, we all have the same goal. We simply see things from different perspectives. Ultimately, I'm also partially responsible for this. I didn't communicate my thoughts clearly with you, which led to you feeling like you had to take everything on by yourself. So don't blame yourself anymore and relax a little. Okay. Lynn looks up, her eyes filled with gratitude. It is then that Xiongju notices the wound KO9 made on Lin's arm. Here, I'll help take care of that for you. Xiongju takes out the repair kit and patches up the cut with a gentle touch and practices skill. The pain from the wound makes Lin wince. Ah! Oh, why don't you turn off your pain models, Lin? Patching one's up hurts, you know. Through this, I can disable my pain models. Why not? Doesn't that mean you have been enduring all that pain during each battle? Lynn falls silent and then nods. Well, I wouldn't say enduring it. After all, I use it to it now. I was an experimental doll used in clinic trials. Part of the reason why Carl kidnapped me was because of that. What? Lynn doesn't feel the disgust or awkwardness she expected when discussing this part of her history that she didn't want to disclose. Instead, she feels free. My first memories of this world were an icicle research institute and endless days of clinical trials. My friend received special modifications in order to meet certain experimental requirements. Not being able to switch off my pain modulus was one of them. Doesn't that make fighting on everyday life really inconvenient? Why don't we ask Miss Helen to change out your frame when you get back? I'm sure she'll be able to think of something. Lynn shakes her head. One of Griffin researchers asked me the same question when I first came to Griffin. He said that the human sensory feedback would affect my performance in battle and recommended that I change to a more convenient body. But I refused. Wasn't that a good chance to do it? Why did you say no? I didn't know why I did it back then. I just did it out of reflex. Same thing with my name. I ought to be repulsed by the name Lind. The lab I was in gave it to me, and it contains all the painful memories from back then. But even after getting the chance to change my name, I still choose this one. At that time, I didn't know why I was insisting on it. But now, I think I'm slowly beginning to understand. Len looks at her friends. Back then, I thought I existed to be a test subject, and that my pain was the only value I had. To deny this pain will be to deny my entire life, and the reason I had for existing. It was in Griffin that I came to understand the true worth of a doll. And it was my bonds with everyone that helped me realize that I could keep going forward, even while carrying the pain of the past, and that I could fight to protect others. I mean, the first step of accepting your past is being able to look it in the eye, right? Lind. And that's why I won't change my body, and I won't change my name. You deserve a lot of headpats when you go back to the Elmo. Frostwall Squad made me feel like I belonged, and you helped me understand my reason for existing. Thank you all for that. A can of cool fruit juice suddenly presses itself against Lind's cheek. Lind looks back and sees Cheetah grinning at her, waving a pack of snacks. She squirreled away for a moment like this. Ah, don't be so gloomy, Lind. Frostwall is home for 4, which means we're all essential to it. Makes perfect sense, right? Just like how you can leave us, we can leave you easier. That's right, we're only able to handle difficult missions because we have you around. Whether in the past, present, or future, we will always fight side by side. Yep, in order to celebrate yet another perfectly completed mission, let's throw a party where we get back to the base. Correction, it will be an after-crisis review missing. Fortunately, the gold chip that Leader and Cheetah brought back is worth quite some money. Indeed, not only have we solved our current financial emergency, I have also managed to come up with a promising action plan for the future. With Tololo's observation skills, the support from Cheetah's items, Helene's combat power and my planning ability, we managed to demonstrate exceptional results in rescuing the hostages and have proven that we can handle similar tasks of the same kind in the future. I believe that Frostwell Squad reputation will soon spread far and wide. Yeah, you should take some of the dolls that you rescued after they graduate from therapy. I don't know what's the get it? You know what I mean. You should take them under your squad. We need some new dolls on the Elmo, even if there are a lot of old dolls that have to come back. The communicator rings. Upon seeing the name on it, Hyunju smiles. It's from Miss Helian. Let's take it together. The four members of Frostfall Squad look at each other and smile. Then, as one, they press the receive button. As the helicopter rises through the last of the collapsed particle clouds, the warm light of dawn shines on their faces. This is Frostfall Squad. Mission complete. We're heading home. Yay! Mission accomplished! And well, we finally have like part of the story of Lind in the main storyline. Main storyline? Yeah. In the main storyline. GFL2. Apart from it was Covenant story in 1, if I remember correctly. I didn't Covenant Lind. Yeah, there was a lot, and I didn't have enough money. So yeah, I didn't Covenant Lind in 1. But if I remember correctly, it said a little bit of it. But just a little bit. In PNC was the most important part of Lynn's trouble story, whatever it's called. Oh, there's another one over there. Let's take him out. But yeah, PNC was the one with most of Lynn's the story. So I'm finally glad that they talked a lot about it in this event. Yeah. And action. And that one is dead. Yeah. So that's it for the story. Let's continue this because to talk for a little bit while I'll just do this. So, as we are ending this, I'm probably gonna stream Arc Knights tomorrow. The EX stages for Phantom event, for Tragodia event. And then I'm gonna take Sunday to rest. That or the opposite, or exactly the opposite. Like streaming on Sunday and taking tomorrow to rest. So, because I still want to keep working on the project that I'm doing. And it's almost 3 AM and I should start working on it. But yeah, the next streams should be Phantom's EX stages, then Trials of Navigator that I'm gonna do Monday or Tuesday. Then it's going to be Thursday I had to fix my sleep schedule for that Thursday. It's gonna be Thursday, the event, the anniversary patch, and that's gonna be Leva and Lena. So fuck me, because I have to pull for 2 dolls at the same freaking time, and the last time that I did, it didn't went well. It was an absolute clownery of luck, of bad luck. So fuck you, Mega Team. But yeah. So that stream I'm going to recruit people just to wish me luck. So now 2 here, 3 on top, and Lynn can get rid of these 2 easily. Boom. And Kluke can do the same. And over. Yeah, I'm gonna do the heroic mode by myself. This game, it's so chill that my brain stops working and it just, where can I point to do most damage? Yep. So when I have to think, I probably not gonna be speaking, so it wouldn't be a good part of a stream. That, or I will be only mothering on the courses under my bed. Because that's who I am. Yep, no space, and people can hit those. Hell yeah. Confirm. Five on 6. What is this? There's no crawling. Challenge. Frostfall Squad Lint looks so cute here. Eliminate all enemies and it's gonna appear for more over there. Oh no. Okay. Can I reach all of them? No. Can I reach all of them? No. Well, almost all of them. Almost all of them. Only one is left. Boom! Met you. Dead. Clucky. Over there. And Peritia can rest. Just sit there, kitty cat. Can I? Yep. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, there was a ticket, right? Somewhere. It was a standard ticket, but it's still a ticket. So... hell. Can reach. Can reach. Fuck. This can reach here. Yeah. And can kill here. Boom. And it's over. Okay, I can hit the three of them. No, I cannot hit the three of them. Meh, match you can hit. No, wait. Here. Nice. I met you. One dead. Two dead. Yay! So, that's it for the event. It was nice. A little bit of lore and a little bit of Frostfall squad interactions. It's the first event solely based on the Frostfall squad. So yeah, finally. Finally they have an event. They have Dusty Memories too, but those are Dusty Memories. So yay! Hooray! No. Where's the headbutt? Here are the headbutts. A lot of headbutts. And that's it for today's stream. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and I hope you come back next time, Saturday or Sunday, whenever I decide to stream. So, I'll see you there. Good. Bye.